hear from the most awaited personality. Ladies and gentlemen, with us today is the CEO of UpTik to address the outline of UpTik's long-term vision and global roadmap, the commitment to governance, transparency, investor trust, strategic insights, shaping the future. I would like to invite on the stage Mr. Vinod Varma with a thunderous round of applause. Come on.
Uh, Respected dignitaries, honored guests, and my esteemed panelists and members of the global investment community, as we come close to today's conference, I would like to begin with a simple thing. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. And most importantly, thank you for the intent you brought into this room. Hosting this conference at the Bombay Stock Exchange is not just a proud moment for us. It is a responsibility. BSE represents discipline, trust, and long-term thinking. Those are the exact values which we are trying to build UpTik. UpTik is not created to sell financial products. UpTik is created to build investment culture, a culture that is transparent, investor first, and deeply disciplined. When we started this journey, one insight became very clear to us. Most of the investors are not short of intent. They're short of clarity. People want to invest. People want to grow their money responsibly. But the investment world today has become noisy, complex, and often misleading. Hence, investors get confused on where to invest. So, we made a conscious choice early on: education before allocation, understanding before execution. At UpTik, the first conversation with any investor is never about returns. It is about listening to them. We try to understand how much they're comfortable investing, how much risk they can genuinely take financially and emotionally, whether they're looking for short-term returns or the long-term wealth creation. And if it is a long-term, do they want monthly returns, or are they looking for quarterly cash flows, or are they comfortable letting money compound quietly over time? Some investors value predictability and liquidity. Some want steady income. Some are willing to lock in capital for long-term compounding. And many want a balanced mix. Until we understand who the investor is and how they want the money to be working for them, there is no product will make sense. Only after do we speak about where and when to invest, and matching investor persona with the right product has always been the top priority at UpTik. For investors seeking stability and lower risk, we have consistently delivered predictable, structured returns in the range of 13 to 15% with capital protection, visibility, and clearly defined tenures. For those who are willing to take moderate risk, we have enabled 16 to 20% returns while actively managing downside exposure and aligning investments with their objectives. And for investors comfortable with higher risk and higher volatility, we have structured opportunities delivering 20 to 30% and above, with diversification, controls, and thoughtful asset selection. As investors evolve, some seek exposure beyond traditional products. For them, we are building structured opportunities through Fiscal Town, an AIF Category 2 platform, designed for higher risk, higher return strategies aligned with longer horizons and clearly defined risk frameworks. For investors looking at international diversification with measured risk, our Singapore VCC structure is being built to offer stable returns ranging between 16 to 20%. In every case, one principle remains constant. The product never leads the conversation. It's the investor persona, their risk comfort, and objectives, and their exit plan always do. Because number has never been an important part. the alignment is. One of the hardest decisions we took as a company was not chasing AUM. We said no repeatedly. Over the last year, we nearly rejected 80% of the vendors who approached us, not because they lacked ambition, but because they did not meet our standards of credibility, compliance, and reliability. We choose to grow slower but stronger, and that discipline shows in our outcomes. Zero, there has been returns delivered on time every single time, zero delays, and zero NPS. Our growth has not come from noise or hype. It has come from investor confidence. For us, trust is not a statement on a slide, it's an experience. Transparency is not a policy document, it is how we operate every single day. And experience is not just about returns, it is about how confident an investor feels throughout the journey, explaining risk honestly to them, planning exits thoughtfully, and being present when market feels uncertain. This is the foundation of UpTik. What truly differentiates us is not what we offer. It is often the discipline with which we decide what not to offer to them. Today's launch reflects that philosophy. Our NBFC with ICC license, our fiscal town as an AIF category 2, and our expansion through Singapore through the VCC structure. These are not announcements for scale. They are commitments to regulatory strength, to institutional governance, and to long term credibility. We also hold one belief very strongly: no investment is truly good until and unless it has a good exit strategy. Every investor we onboard, regardless of ticket size, gets an exit plan aligned to their objectives, their timelines, and their risk comfort. For us, this is non negotiable. We do not want investors to choose us because we are an NBFC, or because we are an AF category 2, or because we run an HDI model, or because we are SEBI registered category 2, or because we have Singapore VCC structure, or even because of the distinguished people that are associated with us. We want them to choose us for the culture we are trying to build, the kind of transparency that we are trying to show them, and for the model that we have built and the trust we have earned over years. For us, growth is not about how much money we manage. It is about how well we serve the people who trust us with it. The association of Sri Harvansh Shavlaji, the chairman of BRICS CCI, reflects the belief in this culture. The presence of Bala sir or Rajaram sir or even JK sir coming all the way from Singapore truly reflects the belief in our mission. Before I conclude, I want to thank my co-founders and our advisory board, Harvansh Shavla sir or Kanish Gupta sir. Without you, nothing would have been possible today. We are very thankful for it. And to Shampuli sir, who has been our guiding force from day one. And to finish it off, in our platform, we never call investors investors. We call them change makers because they are the ones who are shaping up India's growth story through their responsible capital. Lastly, I would like to close by saying UpTik is here to stay. UpTik is here to deliver experience and happiness alongside returns and to ensure that your money matters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Varma. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the conclusion of International Conference on Investment and Global Affairs. Thank you so much for being a part of this event. And now I'll request everyone to please join us for lunch.